Okay. I will have the video review tomorrow. Everybody wanted a list of like 20 or so highly recommended photography books, and oh my god, do I have a lot of photography books. I got books, well, my house is a library, more than you can imagine, including 14 terabytes, yes, I said terabytes, not gigabytes, of information. For a long time now, well over a decade, people say, what's your job? And tell them either to brush them aside and tell them I'm a photographer. I tell them, most of the time I tell them I'm an information broker. Information broker is kind of a complicated thing to explain, but I really, really enjoy information. When you have information, you control everything. And I don't just mean empirical knowledge, because having information and being able to process it are two different things. You can give, some sort of unibrow human being, I said unibrow, an enormous pile of books, but he might end up wiping his butt with them and building a fire out of them. So having information and using it and being able to compile it takes wisdom. It takes alacrity. It takes an ontological zeitgeist mindset, which is trans-empirical. Yeah, I said trans-empirical. To be able to process information, especially to discern nonsense and BS from valid, intelligent information. Human society, we're starting to de-evolve. We're actually becoming so many, and governments, yeah, it sounds like a conspiracy, but it's not. I value information more than anything. Information. And life's too short for nonsense information. Try to be able to think in a different way and not anything that's true. My motto that I created and I live by, two different mottos really, several different mottos actually. To insult a fool is the praise of wisdom. That's my motto. The other one is that nothing true is popular and nothing popular is true. And I've held to those. Also the free flow of information, and I try to make that possible at any and every turn. Free flow of information. With information you can control people, you could do anything. I'm not interested in controlling anybody. People have free wills. A lot of people out there use psychological, manipulative, nuanced language. They're either very nice or they steer you one way, or they do. I can't stand people like that. If I were trying to do that, I would have a nice bubbly personality and tell everybody how awesome you are. It's like, please subscribe, watch my channel, I love you, believe what I say. But yeah, that sounds good. And there are enormous amounts of people out there like that. All you have to do is just take a steaming pile of poo and sprinkle some sugar on top of it, and, a lot of people will, it's like, yeah, man, I love that, that's awesome. It's like, yeah. Someone just sprinkled some sugar on top of some poo. A lot of information and people that disseminate extremely biased information out there are like that. And typically they have an agenda. Everybody's trying to get rich. I don't begrudge anybody to pay the bills, but the thing that I actually cherish above anything else is information and the free flow of information. And now it's becoming extremely hard. I mentioned the horrible thing, and you can type in Amazon Purge on a Google search, what they've done. Type in Amazon review purge. I warned people about this years and years ago. I made a couple of videos about it even a year ago. Things are getting, now this is not a conspiracy theory. That part is a hardcore absolute fact, by the way. Most of that information exists as news within the past month. Some of these top 100 reviewers, all the reviews have been completely purged and banned. All of my reviews on books, most of it hardcore philosophy, some gear reviews, some lenses, totally purged. Like I got 14 years of reviews. They're very concise. I write lots of articles. Totally purged. I had tons and tons and tons and tons of people over the years thank me for my book reviews. Thank me. And I didn't get anything from it. I got no free books. I wasn't like reviewing friends' books. Like, yeah, man, I'm going to review your book, because I like you. You're my buddy. That's understandable. Those are fake reviews. See, the only problem is that Amazon doesn't know what the hell a fake review is. They have no idea whether it's a fake review or not. Some things are kind of obviously fake. It's like, I hate this person sucks. That's a fake review. The person never read the book. They just hate the author. I've had reviews like that on my books. Hey, this guy's a schmuck. I hate him. That's a fake review. I even let the fake review stand. I don't care what people think. My books are free anyway. Um, Most of them are free on archive.org, but information is everything. And that has been so de-emphasized, and the spiral towards intellectual fascism, just right down the drain, is actually extremely disappointing. Because now, all anybody does is they work and they get all their information through this thing. Right here on the computer. You feel me? Or their iPhone, same thing. And if you write a line of code or two and you drop in an algorithm into major websites, you can so seriously influence the way people think and because most people, they'll believe what if you say it forcefully enough or with enough deceptive value, they'll believe it, even if it's completely untrue. You can get people to believe any sort of crazy crap. I mean, all I have to do is point out like insane, just bat crap insane cults located all over the world. Just like, oh my God. There's like all these Hollywood actors. You thought they were intelligent, except they're in this crazy-ass cult that believes some of the most insane nonsense imaginable. Wow, they are really stupid. However, for stupid people, they would go, wow, I want to join that cult because I like that actor, and I think that I love his movies. I think I might want to join that. I want to check that crazy stuff out. So, it depends on the person you're dealing with. A case in point, the most untrustworthy website just yesterday, which I won't name, that does lens reviews, except they've never ever posted a picture of any lens output ever. Never once posted a picture. Never. I know for a fact that if a lens is really awesome, they rate it mid or horrible. If a lens really sucks and it's really expensive and it's made recently, they rate it really highly. I know of not one single photographer that has any trust in this website. And sure enough, I predicted, and I made a video about it weeks ago, about the 105 f1.4 Nikkor, for example. I said this lens sucks. I gave examples of it. I gave test pictures. Horrible cat's eye bokeh. Bad micro contrast. I proved that it had bad micro contrast. Proved it. Some people say, oh, well, you're just a poor schmuck. You can't afford it. You're saying the guy that owns 250 some lenses and I just bought a $2,800 70 to 202.8. You're saying that I can't afford that lens? Is that what you're saying? That's very funny. No, that lens sucks. So anyway, the review for that lens came out, and it's not a review at all because there are no test pictures. There are never test pictures on this website of any lens ever. And they use something called a perceptual megapixel, which does not exist, by the way. It is a total fabrication. It has no existence. You will not find it in a camera. You won't find it in a sensor. You won't find it in... There's no such thing as a perceptual megapixel. It is a contrivance. Kind of like unicorns and leprechauns. It is like a mental machination that has no basis in reality. Total brain fart stuff. So sure enough, they rated the lens. It's spectacular. It's, really highly rated. I predicted that, and that is exactly what happened. If you're really smart, I know this sounds so egotistical, but it's not, okay? Trust me. If you're really smart and you see patterns in how things work, you can make really, really, really accurate predictions about things. But you have to think on many different levels, and you have to see the modus operandi of either a group or a person. And once you can see the thread that runs through that group or person, you can always see the fabric of what is going to come. It's like, I know the thread of this person or this fabric. This is what they're going to do next. This is the predictability of what they're going to do. Boom, boom, boom. And your hit rate will be astronomically high. Information. It's all about information. And it's about getting accurate information. But it's also about being able to process that information. It's like, is that true or is that BS? You see, this guy doesn't sell anything. I wonder what his motivation is. Well, he does get some ad revenue for posting videos. Except it's very, very little. So that can't be the motivation. That is like nothing. What's his motivation? He doesn't sell any of these lenses. What's his motivation? Let me see. He's got more experience with lenses than anybody else. What's his motivation? Oh my God, it's one of those rare things where he likes actually helping people. Damn, that's weird. Oh, he does ask for donations, but even that is not much money. So, you know, he does appreciate it, but, you know, you have to be able to process information, not just get information. There's a lot of information out there. And a lot of it is by people with agendas, people that are fanboys. But first of all, you have to get the information. I am so against intellectual and information fascism, it makes me sick. It makes me barf. There's nothing I care more about than information. Actually, I care more about wisdom than anything else. And empirical knowledge is not wisdom, by the way. Okay? Episteme is not gnosis. Those are, you know, old terms. Episteme, gnosis, look them up, ancient Greek. So, be careful of information. Not only where you get it, how you get it, what sort of information it is, but how you process it. That's so important in every aspect of life. Doesn't matter if it's photography, anything. It's about information. But we weren't taught that crap in school because school doesn't teach us anything important. If you went to a public school, thankfully I was able to survive public school and greatly transcend it. Everybody else that went to public school, or even good schools, you know, they don't teach you important crap. They teach you how to memorize shit and how to pass tests. But none of that stuff teaches you how to think, teaches you how to be original, teaches you how to process information. It's like, memorize this crap and you're going to do a multiple guess test tomorrow. It's like, okay, that doesn't make people smarter. It doesn't make them wiser, especially. It does not make them wiser. That is why we have a globe. I'm sorry, this is so insulting, but it is so true. We have a globe full of mostly stupid people. Ha ha ha. They were taught how to memorize crap and how to pass tests, but they were not taught how to think! Geez, that would have been important. But no, we weren't taught how to think. Maybe that will change before humanity destroys itself. Let's see what happens. I'm thinking, unfortunately, the latter is probably the most likely case. Пока и увидимся. Большое вам спасибо. Goodbye.